afternoon, my dear channel viewers. I am Professor M.H. Channaya, former Professor of Mechanical Engineering, and I extend you a hearty welcome to my channel Mechanical Engineering Lecture Series. Friends, in today's session, let us learn about the concept of moment of a force, how to find out the resultant of a system of non-concurrent coplanar forces, the application of Verigna's theorem. So let us learn all these in today's session. Friends, you know this force is a vector quantity and it has got both magnitude and direction. So whenever we say a force, we have to show its magnitude and the direction in which it is acting. Then what is the meaning of moment of a force? Friends, you have a force acting on a body at a distance from a reference. So the product of the force and the perpendicular distance between the point of application of this load and the reference point about which you are taking the moment. Then you might ask me a question, what is the importance of this and which are the theorems you are going to find out these moments and what are the conventions followed in this particular chapter using the Verigna's theorem. Friends, you have a body, a rigid body, you apply a force and with reference to some point it produces what is called a rotary motion. It moves the body. For example, if you have a reference here, the point as A, and you have a force here, say force is F acting at a distance L. Then friends, this force F, say it is having a magnitude of 10 Newton and acting at a distance L is equal to 1 meter. Friends, what happens? This force acting at this point produces a clockwise moment of magnitude F into L, 10 into 1, that is 10 Newton meter. Similarly, friends, if you have a force acting in the upward direction and say the same length is L from that. So this is say 25 Newton force you have got. So this 25 Newton force acting at a distance of 1 meter from A produces an anti-clockwise moment. So whenever you are calculating moments or showing moments, you should keep your thumb on that and see in which direction this force has to rotate. Likewise, friends, if you have a force at an angle here, say I have got a force acting here, say force F is equal to 20 Newton. I want to know what is the value of the moment due to this force. Friends, it is very simple. The moment of this force can be found out by two methods. One is the moment is equal to F into the perpendicular distance, say L dash. This is the perpendicular F into L dash will give you this. And friends, this can also be found out by taking the split components of this F. Say if this is theta, F cos theta and F sin theta will be the two components. This F cos theta is passing through the point A about which you are taking moments. So it is not going to give any moment, and only this vertical component will give you a moment of magnitude 10 into this distance, 10 into 1 or 20 into this 20 cos theta, 20 sin theta into this. And remember friends, if you have a system of forces wherein the force or its split components pass through that a point of reference, they do not give any moment. For example, if you have a problem wherein you have the point A here and there is a force here, say the force is F, and when this force is extended, it will pass through that point about which you are taking the moment. So since this force is passing through the point of reference, it will not give any moment, because moment is a product of force and the distance. So here the distance is 0 and hence produces no moment. Moment produced by this F is 0. Friends, before we proceed with a simple problem on this particular chapter, moment of a force, so I will tell you something about the conventions followed in this moment of a force. Friends, generally the moment or a force that produces a moment, if it is producing the moment in the anti-clockwise direction, this is taken as negative, and a moment due to a force, if it is in the clockwise direction, is taken as positive. That is, we fix or affix positive sign for a clockwise moment, and for the anti-clockwise moment we put a negative sign. So this convention you will have to remember. Similarly friends, regarding the components of a force, if the forces are acting in the vertically upward direction, then you should take them as positive. Similarly, if they are acting downwards, you should take them as negative. Similarly, the forces acting to the right of the point of reference are positive and those to the left are negative. So with this small introduction on this moment of a force, let us take up a simple problem. Friends, you can see here we have 4 forces, namely 5 Newton acting at 45 degrees, a horizontal force 5 Newton here, a vertical force here, a force inclined at an angle of 30 and its magnitude is 10. These 4 forces, 1, 2, 3 and 4 forces acting on a rectangular plate of dimension 50 millimeter by 40 millimeter. And for this, the question reads like this: 4 forces act on a rectangular plate as shown in figure. As shown in figure. Determine number 1, the magnitude and direction of resultant, and the second part is the location of R, at which point it is going to act. Friends, you can see here in this figure the horizontal load of 5 Newton and the vertical load of 10 Newton need not be split into its components, because one of them is horizontal, other one is vertical, wherein these two forces 5 Newton and 10 Newton, they are inclined to the plate or inclined to x and y. So friends, what we will do, we will take up this problem separately and show the split components of this 10 Newton in the horizontal vertical direction, similarly that of 5 Newton in the horizontal and vertical directions, and find out what is the summation of these forces in the horizontal and vertical direction. So friends, I will redraw this plate again with the forces split in the x and y direction. Friends, if you take this 10 Newton at 30, it will have a component of 10 cos 30 in the horizontal direction and 10 sin 30 in the vertical direction. This is sin tan 30. The horizontal component is 10 cos 30. Likewise, friend, this 5 Newton is inclined at 45 degrees to the horizontal, has got the horizontal component of this is 5 cos 45 this is 5 cos 45 and the vertical component of this is 5 sin 45. 5 sin 45. Next we have got this 5 Newton acting to the right on this line x axis, that is 5 Newton, and also you have one more 10 Newton force acting along this edge vertically upwards. I will show that also as a force in the upward direction. Its magnitude is 10 Newton. Friends, whatever figure I have drawn here is the photocopy of this, in the sense the inclined forces are split into their respective components in the two mutually perpendicular directions, namely x and y axis. Friends, this has got a dimension of 50 mm. Let us mark that also, the dimensions of the plate, because that is going to be of use when you take up the moments of these forces. So friends, to find out the resultant of this system of forces, we need to calculate what is sigma h, that is the summation of all the horizontal forces, and sigma v, the algebraic sum of all the vertical forces. Then find out the resultant by knowing sigma h and sigma v. Friends, if you take up the value of sigma h, you can just observe the board. In this figure, we have got 5 Newton acting to the right, that is taken as positive. Then you have got 10 cos 30 also acting to the right, taken as positive. Whereas this 5 cos 45 is acting the left direction. So horizontal forces are 3 in number. One is 5 Newton acting to the right, second is 10 cos 30 acting to the right, and other one is 5 cos 45 acting to the left. So we have to put positive sign for these two and negative sign for this, and hence we have the sigma h, the horizontal components summation is given by, one is 5 Newton, I will say 5 plus 10 cos 30, 10 cos 30 is the second force, and you have got here this 5 cos 45 acting to the left, so I take it as negative, minus 5 cos 45. Friends, here if you simplify this sigma h, this works out to a value of 10.123 Newton, 10.123 Newton. So this is the value of sigma h, that is the algebraic sum of all the horizontal forces acting on the plate. Likewise friends, let us move on to the calculation of the algebraic sum of the vertical forces. So just if you refer to the figure, friends, you can see here one 10 sin 30 is acting upwards, another 10 Newton is acting upwards, whereas this 5 sin 45 is acting downwards. So sigma v will be 10 plus 10 sin 30 minus 5 sin 45. So this 10 sin 30 plus 10 Newton, which is acting upward, then minus 5 sin 45, 5 sin 45. Friends, if you simplify this, you will get the value of sigma v equal to 11.46 Newton. So we have calculated both sigma h and sigma v. Then once you know sigma h and sigma v, we have the formula to find out the resultant, given by resultant R is equal to sigma h square plus sigma v square. You substitute these values of sigma h and sigma v in this formula, that is to say it is square root of 10.123 square plus the other one is 11.46 square. Friends, if you calculate, you get a value R is equal to, the resultant of all these four forces put together is given by 15.29, 15.29 Newton, because all the forces in this problem are in Newton. Friends, after learning this sigma h, sigma v and the resultant, He is asking in the question, find out what is the magnitude. Magnitude is the numerical value of the resultant. Then he is asking you to find out where it should act. That is theta, you will have to find out. And friends, you know, in the formula tan theta is given by the expression tan theta is equal to sigma v by sigma h. We know sigma v 11.46, and you also know the value of sigma h 10.123. Calculate the value, take tan inverse of this, and you get the answer for this theta, the inclination of the resultant, as 48.54. So theta works out to 48.54 degrees. So friends, we are able to calculate the resultant, its magnitude, and also the direction where it is acting. So this resultant acting at 48.54 degrees to the x-axis has to produce a moment. So now we will move on to the Verignas theorem. The Verignas theorem is very useful in the problems on these moments of forces. The theorem states that in a system of coplanar forces, the moment of the resultant, you should just listen it carefully, the moment of the resultant, suppose r is the moment and x is the distance at which it is acting, is equal to the moment produced by all the individual forces put together. For example, if there are two forces F1 and F2, say the moments are F1 L1 and F2 L2. So F1 L1 plus F2 L2 is the total moment produced by the individual forces, that is balanced by R into X. So X is the perpendicular distance of the resultant from the point about which you are taking the moment. So in the second part of the question is asking you to find out at what distance this should act. Friends, here let me write down that plate again and show that point as A about which you are taking moment. Friends, here let us see how to take the moment, etc. I will call this as A, and we know all these forces. Friends, the problem or the theorem of Verignas states that the moment of the resultant, moment is a product of force and the distance. The force is R and the distance x, which is to be found out, is given by the summation of all the moments of the individual forces. Friends, let us start with this point A. Friends, let us see which are the forces which are giving positive moment, that is clockwise moment, and which are the forces are giving anti-clockwise moment. So friends, let us start from this point. If you observe this, friends, this phi cos 45, phi sin 45, and also this tan sin 30, they are passing through the line of action of this. These two are passing through this. Similarly, this phi Newton is also passing through this. So there is no moment caused by this tan sin 30, this one, and this one. That means they will help us to get the value of sigma h and sigma v, but they do not produce any moment about the point A. Whereas friends, you have this tan cos 30 about this point A, it gives a clockwise moment. So tan cos 30 into that distance is a clockwise moment. I take it as positive. So I will take it as tan cos 30 is a clockwise moment, and then again friends, this tan Newton acting at a distance of 50 millimeter, a perpendicular distance, produces anti-clockwise moment. We will take it as negative minus 10 multiplied. It is acting at a distance of 50 mm from A, the point of reference. So friends, you will get this value, you know R already, so x is equal to this value. This can be calculated and r value you know already have calculated in the first step. So, you get a distance x and that works out to 55.36. The answer is 55.36 is in millimeter because the dimensions of the plate are in millimeter. So, what does this mean, friends? Suppose you have a plate like this having width is equal to 50 mm, this is 40 mm, this is acted upon by these forces will result in a moment which is causing this, and a resultant of the magnitude already you have calculated, and he says it is acting at that given angle. So, the moment will be acting somewhere here at that given distance, that distance is x, this x we are calculating. So, the resultant produces a moment is equal to r into x, that is balanced by the moments of the individual forces. Remember friends, whenever a force passes through a point about which you are taking moments, it will not give any, that is 0, moment is 0. So, suppose in the same problem, if you have got some force here which when extended passes through this, that does not produce any moment. So, friends, so in this problem you have understood clearly what is the meaning of the moment, the conventions followed for the clockwise and anti-clockwise moments, the calculation of the resultant of the forces, the direction of it, and you also learned how to get the location of the resultant. Friends, I thank you very much for watching this video, and friends, in case if you are not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe without fail. Share the information with all your known friends who are doing their engineering program, and I wish you all a good day. Thank you very much. We will meet again in some more standard examples on this particular chapter, moments of forces.